but you can make something happen out of this life. But it's all about intentions, all about what you want. Is it all part of a matrix? Is it all a mind game? Well, we live in our mind. We can actually see things before we do it. We can see the direction you want to go. We can create concepts of outcomes, which you never actually know until you put feet to the ground, 10 toes down, right? But it's the reality that we exist in. I'm realizing that we all can make it. The song said if you try, and I ain't lying, you can if you make a move. What up, y'all? You know, another walk and talk day. Out here just holding the vibe. Hey, in this reality, y'all, what you gonna do? You gonna live, that's right. And do you. And be. Usually I have a main topic to talk about. Well, we do whole vibe sometimes, and today is just one of those vibe days. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna walk and talk, hold the vibe, and see where the vibration goes. You know, we're at the end of summer now, so it's starting to get cool down a little bit. I'm CLP, y'all. If you're new to the channel, please like and share. Hit that subscription button, and I will catch you on the other side of the intro. What up, everybody? How is all doing? Hope all is well. And if not, hope we get back on track sooner than later. So you can take. Know what I'm saying? 2025, yo. What a year, yo. But that's like every year, though. Every year is something new because we are living the future. Now, say that we're in the Matrix and all this is already done, everything is already written out, we're just living through it. You know? So we're just living something that already been done, already been passed, and we're just seeing the evidence. But with the evidence, it's all about the choices you make. It's all about the choices, you know, you do for your life, for your decisions, the position you end up in or the position you want. Depends, right? Dedicated you are, discipline you are. Yeah, this life is true to someone else, but you can make something happen out of this life. But it's all about intentions, all about what you want. So make what you want worth it. After all, this journey, this story is a one-time thing. Granted that they say we live lifetime after lifetime and we can always come back and do it again. But remember, you don't remember each time. Each lifetime is for that specific lessons that you learn or the lessons that you learn as you go through the lifetime. But there's choices. You can live simple, you can live hard, you can live complex, you can live how you want. But it's choices out there. Don't let the Matrix tell you there's no choices in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because growing up, all I hear is no choices out there, nothing to do, this and that. But understand this, you have to make your way. You have to make that path. You know what I'm saying? You have to see where you want to be and set the goal for yourself and make that path. Nothing is set. Whatever's already out here, whatever's already done, nothing is set. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because there's so much directions you can go, but there's so much different things out there you can do. There's doors you can go through, you know, that wild conspiracy stuff. Especially if you're a talented person, you know? You have gifts. You're an author, you're an actor, you're a fighter, a good MC. But your gifts can take you places. Your gifts can put you in the positions that you want. If not, all the influences of this matrix. You know, as a kid, watching TV, watching the stars, watching all the glitters, not understanding that not all glitter is not gold. Not everything shiny is bright. Some stuff is just propped up. Like most of those contracted rappers that sign the big labels. You know? Most of those contracted rappers are locked in contracts. First of all, they're not even making no money because the record label is paying for all their activities, traveling around, all their music recording. They don't own their masters. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those contracted artists and entertainers is trapped. Now they're forced to make those decisions, either to rise up or fall behind and get left behind, right? Because look at Nori. When he said, Nori was on fire, because I remember listening to Nori when he popped, the career, he fell off, he disappeared, and bounced back in the podcast. But what he said though, when everything was going up top and he's at the highest level he can go, then here comes the choices and the doors. You gotta make that choice. Go straight, go left, go right, or don't mess with it at all. And Nori said, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do my own thing. And what happened to Nori? He went to reggaeton. You know what I'm saying? But Nori's clever. And he bounced back with a podcast, but then again, all entertainment, right? Some stuff behind the doors, right? Because when you hear P's book, Prodigy, make you look at things a little bit different. But big up Nori, he's doing this thing. But I'm just saying, you know, choices, because a lot of artists, it doesn't work out for them where they can bounce back in another department and do something else. You know? Shit, look at Gucci Mane artists. A lot of them is not here no more. Now, is conspiracies right? Wrong? What do you think? You hear stuff rumbling, you see stuff active, you see stuff going on, you know? And then the whole thing, is the whole hip-hop thing a psyop? Mind control these people into a position, into that king or queen archetype, you know what I'm saying? Mind control them, because if it's all nepotism, they keep it in the family and who's close related. If they're all related, right? Nobody else can really go in. They just use it for sacrifice, or they use you for whatever benefits you can, and then you're gone. That's why a lot of talented people, a lot of talented artists do never take off the ground because of that situation. Because if it's all nepotism and they're all family, they're all together, that means they're going to keep that for themselves. What to believe. You know, I have to question if hip hop is psyop. But then, if you see the reality of life itself, how can it not be a psyop when people moving in certain ways? What's the point of the thug guy, young thug? Huh? His story, right? He was dad broke, right? Came out of nothing and made something. Then you hear the talk about wrapped up with secret societies and all of that, and all the behind the scenes talk. Makes you wonder, you know? Another distraction. But at the same time, it's all part of the matrix, because if we're in the matrix system, things gonna be running, you know? Things gonna be happening to get your attention, get you to follow, throw you off of understanding yourself and purpose. Existence is about being, right? And if you are being, then you gotta understand who you are being. You don't wanna get caught up and wrapped up with different energies when your energy is pure, when your energy is new to this existence and new to this life, or just going through a series of lifetimes. Whatever the case is, we're here right now. We're in the here and now. You know? And it's crazy because it seems like they build people up to break them down. Give them everything. And if you're not disciplined, everything they give you can make you crash out. You know? Because understanding self is so important. Understand the character, who you be, who you are, who are you being. Energies. Everything else besides being is energy. And everything is energetic. So you don't want to be affected energetically by the wrong energies. They said the demonic energy for understanding. You know? But it's like they build people up to break them down. Every stars fall. But you know what I'm talking about when I say every star. Think about it. The greatest star, MJ. He didn't fall off grace. For all the rhetoric around MJ, it's up to you to believe it or not. Look at R. Kelly. He's in jail right now. And he was on top. Look at Mike Tyson when he was on top. Now, we ain't hear nothing about Denzel. But see, now lately, there's been whispers, right? The past stars nowadays makes you wonder, yo. Is it all part of the matrix? Is it all a mind game? Well, we live in our mind. We can actually see things before we do it. We can see the direction you want to go. We can create concepts of outcomes, which you never actually know until you put feet to the ground, 10 toes down, right? But it's the reality that we exist in. Now you can be entertained or be distracted. Be part of it, get caught up in it, or just let it run as background noise while you focus on you. The choice is yours. So what you gonna do? But What we all gonna do is live, regardless of what happens. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm just walking talk to walk and talk. Name's Conscious Life, and I'm just bringing positive energy to the world and realizing that we all can make it. The song said if you try, and I ain't lying, you can if you make a move. Good karma, bad karma, right? You know that talk. Plant the seed, it shall grow. Well, it's the reality of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Reality of this world we're living. I'm gonna do my part, just trying to make understanding of things, understanding of self, energies, and everything. So this is an endless conversation, because life is endless. You know?